diesel engines and the Mercedes brand have a long history together. They go way back. Some of you might even be familiar with the old 300 TD wagons, and you might have fond memories of that car. Some of you might not have very fond memories though, because those cars were slow, they were smelly, and they were just all around loud and not very good. They were built to last, but not everybody wanted to last in them. Nowadays though, diesel's back in a big way. Brands like Audi and Volkswagen are pushing that engine on a lot of their models. The exterior of the E350 BlueTEC is executive Q-ship done right. It's not, you know, over the top like the S-Class, and it's not a base C-Class. You know what you're dealing with is a solid middle range car that looks good without trying too hard. Up front, you've got these cool daytime LED running lights. You've got these boxy headlamps. One of my favorite touches is the big star badge on the front. It's kind of an old school nod that you don't see as much on modern Benzes. You've got decently sized 17-inch wheels wrapped in 245 rubber. They're meaty all the way around. Moving down, you've got the turn signal in the lamp. Keep coming though. It's very angular. It's very tight lines. You've got a sharp shoulder line here. The taillights are big, wrap around the whole thing, and it's pretty much understated. You've got dual exhaust, but this isn't a screamer despite all the torque under the hood. There's a lot of power, there's not a lot of speed, but it's a perfect mix of both in terms of styling. So what are we dealing with here underneath the hood? It's a 3-liter diesel engine aided by a turbocharger and an intercooler. That's good enough for 210 horsepower. That doesn't sound like a lot, because it's not. This car weighs 4,059 pounds. That is a lot. But we do have 400 pound-feet of torque, and it's available at the bottom of the range. That's fun. Doesn't sound like fun. Well, it does sound like fun if you understand torque. Off the line, there's plenty of thrust. It's just once you get going, this car redlines at 4,600 RPMs, so all that fun goes away much more quicker than it does with a gasoline car. Still though, diesel's awesome. There's no way getting around that. All that power, and the whole time we've been driving this car, we've spent about a week with it. We're averaging 34 miles per gallon. That's through a mix of general highway driving, general city driving, and then some stuff like this. Now, we're not dealing with an AMG anything, but this car handles quite well. The steering feel is there. BMW might be a little bit sportier if you're comparing the two luxury brands. You can throw in Audi, that's also sportier than this, but this thing just cruises down the road super smoothly. This is the luxury king out of those 3 German brands. There's no question about it. It just glides down the road. But if you want to get a little sporty, you can. You can't go too crazy. There's not even a button to turn off the traction control in here, which we wish there was, because hey, diesel burnouts would be a blast. That said, you can hit a sport button, tighten up the steering a little bit, and have fun on your favorite canyon road. We're on ours right now, which is devoid of traffic, so we're having a little bit of fun with the car. So maybe you're interested in one of these now. Well, it's going to cost you at least $52,000. Talking about a Mercedes, you knew it was going to be expensive. It's not even the most expensive E-Class though. You can spend way more money than that. What do you get for all that? You get comfortable leather seats, front and back. Obviously, it'd be weird to do half and half. Heated front seats. You got plenty of controls here on the steering wheel. You get a nice screen with a beautiful nav display. You've got a rear privacy curtain, which is pretty nice. You've got an iDrive-like system, but it's not iDrive. Mercedes would get mad if I called it that. It's the command system, and it's very easy to use. You've got your nav, radio, all that stuff controlled right here. You don't even have to take your eyes off the road. You've got a great display in front of you, which you can see your fuel economy. You've got a bigger display to read your speedometer if you want it, so you don't have to look at where the needle is. And you get your fuel gauge over here, which reads full a lot because the range on this thing is enormous. And that's what you're getting when you buy a diesel car. You're getting power. With this Mercedes, you're getting luxury, and then you're also getting fuel economy. And those 3 together are a great combination that any car buyer would be happy to have. So what do you compare this thing to? Well, there's not a lot of diesel options out there right now. Audi's bringing more and more over. BMW has a few of them, but they're few and far between in the luxury segment. So if you want a full or mid-size sedan luxury with diesel, you really only got one option that's going to fit the bill appropriately in terms of classiness, power, and fuel economy. And we're in it. and it's the Mercedes E350 BlueTEC.